Imam turned around to his companions and he said to them, go and get that water. And when Imam had the water and Muawiyah's soldiers were thirsty, Imam said, let them have access to water. Because no group of army or soldiers should be thirsty on the battlefield. It should never reach a stage where you have a family who are thirsty, let alone horses.
What are you watching?
Oh, last night's lecture.
Okay.
Pass me the phone, please.
Sure. You know, it's kind of crazy to think about that all these lecturers know everything.
I mean, yeah.
But you know, like, as my older brother, I like to ask you a question. Like, you see how these stories set you back 1400 years before?
Yeah.
How do they know all these stories by heart? It's like they were literally there the way they describe it. I think I'm gonna need to figure out how.
We could call the Sheikh, but after I finish first. Assalamu alaikum, Sheikhna.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Sheikh, my brother asked a very good question. How did the story of Karbala reach to us, and how is it preserved till today?
MashaAllah, that's a very good question. Inshallah, we'll answer it. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Thumma salatu wa salamu ala ashraf al-anbiya wal mursaleen. Habib ilah al-Alameen bil Qasim al-Mustafa Muhammadin wa ala ali baytihi at-tayyibin at-tahirin. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajjil farajahum wa la'an a'da'ahum. Beautiful question that you brought it to my attention about how the story of Karbala reached us. As we know, it's been almost 1400 years from the event of Ashura, year 61 after Hijrah. We all would like to know the chain of narrators and those historians and the names that brought us the story of Karbala. First and foremost, we go to Ahlul Bayt alayhim as-salam. Imam Zain al-Abidin alayhi salam, for a couple of decades that he was alive after the life of his father and his martyrdom, he would bring for us the history of Karbala through different narrations. Imam Zain al-Abidin alayhi salam tells us the event of Karbala and Ashura. Lady Zainab salamullah alayha also is another member of the Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam who told us about this event. Imam al-Baqir alayhi salam is another Imam that he was present in Karbala. He was 4-year-old and he's one of the narrators of the event of Karbala. Also, Lady Ruqayya, Lady Sukayna, they were also members of the family of Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam that we rely on their narrations about the event of Ashura. Before going to normal people and historians, we have another source that we get the detail of the event of Ashura, year 61 after Hijrah, and that is Ziyara al-Nahiyah from Imam al-Mahdi Ajalallah Ta'ala Farajuh Sharif, where he gives us the detail of the event of Ashura. Inshallah, we get the blessing of reading this ziyarah, and you can see how in detail Imam has explained to us the event of Ashura. So these names were the members of the Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam. When we come to non-Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam, for example, a person by the name of Asbagh ibn Nabata, who was one of the companions of Amir al-Mu'mineen Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam, he would go to and ask those people who were present in Karbala, and he would ask them for the detail of the event of Ashura. Or Abu Mikhnaf was another individual who talked with different people who were present on the day of Ashura in Karbala and asked them about the event, and he would start writing it and preserving this writing. From the tyrant of the time, Yazid and Ibn Ziyad and Umar ibn Sa'd, Hamid ibn Muslim was sent as a journalist to sit and write the detail of the event of Ashura. And that's also one of the manuscript and one of the resources that we have, which we can relate to as far as the event of Ashura is concerned. And then we have the wives of the companions of Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam, such as Dulham, which was the wife of Zuhair ibn Qayn. She would also talk to other people, talk to other women, and she would mention what she saw happening on the day of Ashura and the event of Ashura in Karbala. So these are some of the names and some of the sources that we have, that we can put bits and pieces from each source, put it together, and come up with a good amount of information regarding the event of Karbala.